Alright, for review number 2, we are looking at Studio Series 86 Long Haul. Now, the reason we're doing Long Haul and not Long Haul with Hook together, because they were Commander class price point, they came in together, they make the torso and head of Devastator. The reason we're not doing that is because, one, Long Haul is my favorite, so I just kind of want to get him out of the way. And two, I think Hook might actually be my least favorite. Not because he's bad, just because I have a little bit of problems with it, but we'll get into that. But also three, just to stretch out the span of reviews through the next few weeks, because I got a few figures, and we're just going to take some time with it. Review every Sunday now. We're going to make a schedule. Anyways, starting with Long Haul here, this guy's my favorite of the Constructicons, the 86 Constructicons. I really like the aesthetic of him. I like how big, bulky, and chunky this guy is. I really like his head sculpt. Like, I love the design. I don't usually care about Constructicons. I don't really like them. I love Devastator, but I don't care that much about the Constructicons till recently getting them. He can definitely pose well. I very much like the posability. I think he's very solid. He's a really solid figure, which I love a solid Transformer. The joints aren't too tight, but they're not too loose. Everything about him is just solid. Back of his legs, though, that's where some problems happen. He's a little hollow, but for transformation purposes, I think that's fine. I wish that they had a way to conceal the tires a little more. I don't actually remember if this is accurate to his character design, but I wish that they could fold one more, maybe the back, to also make the back look less hollow. The thing I do wish is that his head got a little bit more movement. He can look side to side and barely any up and down. But at the same time, again, that's his design, but it's not something I'm going to excuse because of his design. I do find that annoying. Very similar way, I don't like his arms. They're very stubby. They remind me of Bone Crusher in a core class figure. But at the same time, again, for transformation purposes, I think it's okay. I don't think it's as big a deal as most people do, just like I don't think that with Bone Crusher. I quite like Bone Crusher. He might be my second favorite out of any of these figures. Accessories, he has his little blaster, which is fine. I don't remember what each individual blaster looked like in the cartoon. I know I can look up the character model, but I don't really care for it since this is the blaster, not the character. But I think it looks good. It fits in with him. I like his blaster more than all the other ones because his is the one that is compatible with Devastator's blaster. And I like the hint of green on it compared to all the other ones just being plain black lasers. Also don't like how when his legs are locked in due to the joint, he's very tipsy, which I don't like. But at the same time, again, you could always fix that by angling his ankles or angling the legs. He will not be as tipsy anymore when doing so. So therefore, it's not the worst issue in the world, just something that annoys me every now and then. This part of the transformation, the engine detail in here is nice. And I like how his head goes inside there. It's not going to do it now because the way the figure's transformed. But in vehicle mode, when you're transforming it back, it's almost as like an original Transformer, where you twist the chest plate and the head comes up, or it will go down. For transformation, it reminds me of that on this figure, which I really like. The only thing that bugs me with this guy's posability is his lack of waist swivel. That really annoys me. I feel like all Transformers should somehow have a waist swivel unless it very much severely impacts transformation. He kind of does have a waist swivel, though, in the sense of on Devastator he becomes the waist, but I wish the waist piece himself had a waist swivel. This big green piece of plastic that I don't like in terms of how it is in non-combined mode. It doesn't do anything for him in robot mode, and it doesn't do anything for him in car mode. I'm bringing him down right now, but at least with Silverbolt, it became a base mode for him and the other aerial bots, and in plain mode, it became a Super Concord, which was very nice and helpful, and it gave the extra kibble something to do. I had to go do something. There's a cat here now. I lost my train of thought. All I remember saying is I just don't like this being here. It doesn't do anything other than Devastator, really. Come back to it when we get to vehicle mode, though. I would say for a commander, he's got some pretty good height on him. He's a pretty kind of tall guy. Not the biggest commander ever, but he's not the worst. He is with 86 Commander Optimus Prime, 86 Commander Ultra Magnus, Leader Class Grimlock, Leader Class Megatron. So my cat, I guess, because she wants some spotlight. What price was Starscream originally? This is the dramatic capture Ares Starscream that came with the triple takeover 3-pack with Astro Train and Blitzwing. I originally believe this Coronation Starscream was a leader class, but what was the original Earthrise class as? Was it a Voyager or a Deluxe? I believe it was a Deluxe, but either way, here he is next to either Earthrise Starscream or Coronation Starscream or Dramatic Capture Series Triple Takeover 3-pack Starscream. It's all the same. With Deluxe Vortex, we're just going to do every Decepticon I have now. I believe Astro Train was originally a leader class. This is the Dramatic Capture Series one, but same figure, just different paint. Leader class, Legacy or Dramatic Capture Series Triple Takeover 3-pack Blitzwing is Pack-In Mate, Commander class Hook, Deluxe Scrapper, Deluxe Bone Crusher. I think we're going to stop there once again. Deluxe class Firefight, view in the future, probably the next few weeks. Deluxe class Slingshot, same mold as Firefight, so same height. Class Air Raid. Deluxe class Skydive, same mold as Air Raid, so same height. Also coming in the next few weeks for him. Last but not least, here he is with his Commander cousin. I didn't realize there was such a height difference between these two. I thought they were going to be roughly around the same height, but no. Probably because he forms the whole entire chest of Superion, and he's only the waist. But yeah, I feel like that's a good height difference, I guess. I'm never going to have them standing next to each other again, unless it's for like a photography scene. But for the most part, I don't think I will. What I do think I'm going to do, though, is instead of a separate video for Superion and a separate video for Devastator, I think my video will be a standoff for who I think is the better combiner. I think that'll be fun. That's going to be in a few weeks, though, maybe a month. Like, it'll probably be completely outdated by the time I post it. But who knows? It'll still be something fun. That's something that's probably going to be very known on my channel, is that things are going to be outdated because I review things a week after I get them most of the time. Anyway, so on to vehicle mode. It's going to take a while. Vehicle mode. This is where my problem comes in. Not because of his vehicle mode itself. I think this is a nice little dump truck. I think it's perfectly fine. It rolls perfectly well. I'm very happy with this. Do I ever display it like this? No, because I don't display any of my figures in vehicle mode. But it's good for what it is. My problem is the add-on. What do you do with the trailer exactly? It's just kind of there. It doesn't work in my opinion. It reminds me Revenge of the Fallen Overload. It reminds me of that a little bit. Like, it doesn't do anything other than very clearly show the legs and a trailer. And normally I would excuse it, but then you get better things. And there he goes. For example, Silverbolt. Now look, I know it's stupid. I know it makes no sense, and I know it's just dumb. But it's a lot more fun and cool looking than that. It gives multiple forms of integration. This is how you could have all the extra kibble with the plane mode, and then in robot mode, it becomes a battle base for the aerial bots. This is just a pair of legs tucked in a blanket. I'm not even saying this is the best thing we've ever gotten with a commander. I don't think that. I think Optimus Prime from 86 is the best, and probably Ultra Magnus, if that counts. Maybe Rodimus Prime or Skylynx. I don't have Rodimus Prime or Skylynx, but I think they're really cool. Their bases are nice. The flight pad for Skylynx and the battle base for Rodimus Prime. I think those are cool. But out of these two, the commanders that we've gotten this year, alongside Hook, but I'm not going to count Hook because he's not a part of this piece, this is better, in my opinion. I'll take this over that. Anyway, let's do some quick little comparisons real quick. Sorry for the change in lighting. This has been an all-day video. But here he is next to all his brothers, because I didn't feel like dragging this video on for much longer, because we're going to do one more big thing at the end of this video, and we're going to just, have them all here together for Transformation Phase 2. Let's move on to Transformation Phase 3. And here he is in combined mode. He is a waist. I like how you can kind of tell, well actually that's a lie, I like how you can't tell that a robot is the waist. Most people, I feel like, would just assume it's the arm, the head area, the other arm, and the legs. But no, he's a waist piece, and Hook is the chest, the shoulders. And I think that's very cool how he blends in, and it slims down somehow. He's got hips. The proportions on Devastator here, I think, are amazing compared to the Titan class version. But we're not talking about Devastator today. He's gonna get his own video. We're talking about Long Haul. So yeah, his legs on the back don't bug me. yeah, so anyway, thank you all for watching. Bye bye.